Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a great one lined up for you today. The SEC loses a big one. They've been denied. Huge Ripple win. It's getting really, really good, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to hear from Brad Garlinghouse, Stuart Alderati, John Deaton, Jeremy Hogan, everybody involved. Roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at Dig Perspectives, right there above at the top of the screen, and at Facebook at Digital Perspectives News. Make sure you give us a follow on both. We will be doing an AMA hang live Sunday morning with special guest. Make sure you check that out. $1.746 trillion market cap, ladies and gentlemen. It's down by 1.68%. Bitcoin down 39,100 plus. Ethereum down 2,500 plus. But XRP, baby, yeah, we're up 5.6% right now in the 24 hours, 6.99 on the 7-day. It was up 10% last night on the news that the SEC has been denied, ladies and gentlemen. The range of price right now is 73 cents on the bottom and all the way up to 85 cents overnight. Let's get into the news. There's quite a bit to look at here. Look, as we look through this information today about the SEC getting denied and the fair notice defense, we're going to take a look at some important information about that. But keep this in mind. You can get private equity on Link2 of Ripple. And it's a true story, as Nick Burafedo says right here. Once the Ripple case is resolved, settled, or dismissed, it will be very difficult to buy Ripple on Link2. If you qualify as a accredited investor, we have some Ripple available for you to add to your portfolio now, but it will not last long. Don't wait, no doubt about it. Now, I just filled my bags with some Link2 shares, and I think I may even try to get a little bit of some of this Ripple if Mrs. Backup's not watching. We'll see what happens. Take a look right here. This will be epic this week on Wednesday. We are sitting down to discuss the recent news. This is going to be an ultimate roundtable here. Attorney Seal, Attorney Jeremy Hogan, John Deaton, digital asset investor, Link2, and myself. This is going to be an incredible roundtable with all the news that has happened. I cannot wait. That will probably be released either late Wednesday evening or early Thursday morning. We will not be doing it live, but keep a lookout for that. It's going to be powerful. The sun is finally setting on XRP as Ripple scores the biggest win yet against the SEC in a surprising turn of events. Well, take a look at this because James K. Filan put it out, and he always does. Shout out to you, James. Breaking the motion to strike the fair notice defense by the SEC is denied, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we've got a lot to get into about this. We're going to hear from many different people. Eleanor Terrett from Fox says, according to here, it is denied. Judge Annalisa Torres. Take a look at this. This is Charles Gasparino with an important 2 minutes we all need to hear. Check it out.
Between the Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple. Joining us now with the latest is Charlie Gasparino.
Okay,
What's
so
going on?
I believe I've got my hands around this. You know, some of the stuff gets a little technical, but as part of the case, so SEC sues Ripple saying it used XRP as a security and it should have registered it.
Therefore, it's not a currency.
Yeah, and therefore no exchange will take it. You can't, your value goes down dramatically. And but Ripple has said that the SEC did this out of the blue, and they filed a motion to have the case dismissed because the SEC didn't give it fair warning that that XRP was considered a security. Okay, bear with me here. The SEC filed a motion to get that motion dismissed. The judge said no, that motion could stay. He still has to rule on the motion of fair notice, that whether or not Ripple was given fair notice. Now, if the SEC loses the motion, and then it obviously did today, loses the motion to get it thrown out, it has to lose the motion if it loses the motion that it did not give fair notice, this case probably is over. And that's why you see it. There's a greater likelihood this case could get thrown out based on this ruling. And that's what you're seeing right now. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying when you unpack all this, The motion to get this case dismissed, filed by Ripple, is the way I understand it, because the SEC didn't give it fair notice while he was issuing that XRP, that it was an illegal issuance of that XRP, sale of that XRP, I should say. That could stay, and there is still a chance the judge could rule in Ripple's favor, saying that SEC screwed up by not giving it fair notice. This case is out. Ripple wins. I mean, that's the bet you're seeing now, and that's why it's popping.
And by the way, Bitcoin is down 2.6% today. You've got Ethereum down, Terra's down, but XRP is moving on this news.
Now, here's the thing. We got a couple of things here. Ripple tells Fox Business they believe the motion will lead to all SEC claims ultimately being dismissed.
Well, that could be wishful thinking, but I get it.
Well, I get it. I mean, it's kind of what I'm telling you. We have John Deaton, who's one of the private securities lawyers.
There you have that. And shout out to John Deaton, who does so much for this space and all the 65,000 plus XRP holders here. And that's another matter I can't wait to talk to John Deaton about on Wednesday evening. Keep an eye out for that video with everyone in it. Brad Garlinghouse responds here and says, and while we would have preferred the case against Chris and me to end now, because there are the two separate cases from the Ripple case, but that are Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson are also being sued by the SEC. They have not. So the SEC now must prove its claims. We are confident that ultimately all of them will be dismissed. And that's exactly what we saw reinforced. So there is the motion denied for Ripple's to strike Ripple's fair notice defense. SEC has lost on that front. That is a major victory for Ripple. Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson's motion to have their individual cases dismissed was denied also. So ultimately, they're going to have to let that play out a bit, right? Here, we see John Deaton says, prediction, the case against Brad and Chris Larson is over. It was over the day it was filed. There's no way the SEC can meet its burden. The SEC must prove the two executives had actual knowledge XRP was a security or was reckless in not knowing it. And he's just pointing out the obvious fact that if Ripple as the company has won the right to use the fair notice defense, then that will also serve Brad and Chris in the individual lawsuit. Stuart Alderati, the Ripple legal team, chimes in here. Today's order makes it clear that a serious question whether the SEC ever provided Ripple with fair notice that its distribution of XRP since 2013 would ever be prohibited under the securities law. He is highlighting here, obviously, James K. Filan's ruling. He goes on to say here, good to see the judge rejecting the SEC's attempt to prevent Ripple from pursuing its fair notice defense. It's even more imperative that the sun sets on the SEC's regulation by enforcement approach. Well said. Craig DeWitt rubbing it in right here. I tell you what, this is absolutely massive news for every single one of us involved. And I have to ask the question here. I wonder if the SEC experts testifying for the SEC will make the point that it was the SEC denied motion that moved the XRP market price, not Ripple. How about that one? And it was the SEC that moved the price when they decided to sue Ripple over XRP, wasn't it? Now let's take a look at a highlight here from Ratha Conman here, who shares the point of view about Brad and Chris's individual lawsuit here. It says Brad and Chris's motion to dismiss is denied. This is separate again from the Ripple fair notice defense motion, which was allowed to go through. SEC was denied on that front. He says here there seem to be 2 points of emphasis because it is civil. The SEC doesn't need to show willfulness of their violation. The judge is ruling that XRP sales are domestic, not foreign sales, originating from U.S. accounts. Again, he says, I think we see the issue of objective standards arise because regardless, their defenses will still hinge on whether Ripple was in violation of selling a security to a large degree. They will have to see the whole thing through. He goes on to say here, disclaimer, all my legal knowledge comes from parking tickets. I'm just trying to work through this stuff real time out loud. And it's really great. He's, being a humble guy here. He says, can you assist myself in dispute? I was greased between my dad's second wife and sisters. It just gets good. But nevertheless, shout out to Ratha Conman for that insight here. Yassin Mobarak says here, if the SEC doesn't settle with Ripple, they will lose on the fair notice defense. Reasons. Ripple has been in business since 2012. No SEC action. 2. Ripple settled with FinCEN in 2015. No SEC action. Brad Garlinghouse met with the SEC many times in 2017 through 2019. No SEC action. SEC must settle. I agree with this. I think that this is right, and I'm obviously not a lawyer, but I do agree that this is probably right. Now, I also wanted to show you Jeremy Hogan here. 1 second. So here's Jeremy Hogan dropping a boom on everybody, and I don't use that term lightly, he says. The SEC motion to strike the fair notice defense is denied. This is one we've been waiting for. Now the SEC has something to lose. And this really does highlight how important this is for the SEC to make a very, very big decision from their agency and to decide whether they're going to press on or to settle. I would imagine that this sets the stage to settle is what I would imagine here. And look, how much does the SEC have to lose from XRP Crypto Wolf? Funny you ask. I'll be touching on that and about 5 other key points in a Legal Briefs video tomorrow morning. So keep a lookout for that today from Jeremy Hogan. Keep a lookout for the roundtable that we're going to have with Jeremy Hogan, John Deaton, Attorney Seal, linked to Digital Asset Investor, myself. I'm telling you, this is going to be a fantastic conversation we're going to have, and we have a lot to discuss here. So make sure you keep a lookout for that either late Wednesday night to come out or early Thursday morning. And take a look at this, because I felt this was really, really, really awesome from Anders L. here. He says, it has been 50 months since the XRP reached all-time highs. The longer the base, and when the SEC loses the case, I'll let you fill in the rest. I think Andrew Lees has got it right there, or Anders L., excuse me. Thank you to you, and thank you to all of you. This is really, really getting exciting. This case is going to end this year. That much we all know, and that's extremely exciting. Guys, check out GlintPay. It is the alternative, the gold alternative to banking system. I'm telling you, this is pretty amazing. My GlintPay card is on its way, and I can't wait. I'm buying gold on my app. It is physically allocated to you. You can take physical delivery of it. I will be doing that shortly and letting you all see that I've done that. It is allocated to you in a vault underneath of an airport in Zurich, Switzerland. But if you take physical delivery of it, don't be confused. They will deliver it to you probably by the closest gold provider in your area. So you can take delivery of it. They are going to actually have a streamlined feature on the app that allows you to do it seamlessly. That more than you can right now. But I tell you what, this is amazing to me because I'm loading up on gold on my app that I can know when I go to the store, I can hedge the inflation that's coming, because they're talking about the inflation now really soaring much higher than it currently is. Check that out and all the other links in the description underneath of the video, and all the great deals and specials. They are trusted, vetted links. I'll catch all of you on the next one.